Everything you need to know about extroverts. The guide is about making extroverts feel more comfortable in social situations. The author discusses the 4 ways in which extroverts feel uncomfortable in social situations. Before diving in further, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to be notified about what we're up to all the time. Number 1. Extroverts don't take their need for an alone time into account. An introvert's energy is depleted after socializing with another person for more than a few minutes. On the other hand, extroverts need to spend time by themselves to recharge. This is why introverted people need time alone to avoid burnout. Number 2. Extroverts don't give them space when they need it. Extroverts are often accused of being too invasive, but the truth is they need freedom just as much as introverts. They simply take up more freedom with their words and physical presence to make themselves feel comfortable. As a result, they require their personal space to be respected. Number 3. Extroverts' energy can be overwhelming. Extroverts are known for their outgoing and energized behavior. They live in the moment and enjoy creating long-lasting memories with others. However, this can be overwhelming for introverted individuals who prefer to spend time alone and recharge their energy. Number 4. Extroversion can lead to self-consciousness. Extroverts always feel like they need to be the center of attention, so they are often self-conscious. This can lead to social anxiety or shyness, not to mention an overstimulated nervous system. They may fear being judged for being different or being rejected by others. On the other hand, introverts are often more accepting of themselves and don't have any problems with self-confidence. Introduction. What is Extrovert Everything? How to use Extrovert Everything for better communication and more engaging social media strategy. Extrovert Everything is a social media management system that helps you create and manage content for your social media channels. Extrovert Everything is an automated and intelligent system that lets you create and manage content for your social media channels. You can use it to produce great content for each channel, automate the process of posting it on the track, and measure the performance of your posts. It also offers several features such as automated and intelligent content creation, posting on multiple channels, measurement of post performance, extroverts vs introverts, the differences between them and how to leverage your strength to outdo the other. Extroverts and introverts have a lot in common, but they also have their differences. Introverts are often seen as more creative, while extroverts are more outgoing and friendly. Extroverts may be better at public speaking and networking, while introverts might be better at writing and reading. Introverts need to take care of themselves by making sure they get enough sleep, social time, and time to recharge. Extroverted vs. Introverted responsibility. What does the other person need? Extroverts tend to be more talkative and outgoing, and they like to take charge of situations. Introverts are more reserved and prefer to listen before speaking. An extroverted person will feel most comfortable when they're in a situation where they can take charge and be the center of attention. They may need to take on responsibilities that introverted people might not want, such as leading a meeting or presenting. Introverted people may feel overwhelmed by these duties because they would rather listen than speak, so they need to find ways to take on responsibility in different ways so that their needs are met. The complete guide to extroverts and how to deal with them. This guide will teach you how to deal with extroverts and what to expect from them. Extroverts are often seen as too aggressive or too controlling, but that's not always the case. A good way of understanding an extrovert is by seeing how they behave in various social situations. You will learn about introverts and extroverts. The difference between the two isn't just in their personality types, and it's also in when they need to re-energize, when they work best, how they interact with others. Extroverts are not too different from introverts. They just tend to have different strengths. Extroverts get their energy from being around other people, making them more outgoing and chatty. Introverts get their power from being alone, which is why they're less social and slow to warm up. Introduction. What is an extrovert? When did the concept of extroversion arise? Extroversion is a personality trait that refers to how outgoing and friendly a person is. The term comes from the Latin word extra, which means outside. It was first used by Carl Jung in 1921, who described extroverts as people who are energized by social situations. The concept of extroversion arose because it was thought that people with this personality type were more likely to be successful in society. Many of the best jobs require extroverted traits. The introvert's world is often a quiet one. They can focus on tasks for long periods, don't need constant stimulation, and are more likely to be self-directed. But the introvert's strengths might not be enough in today's job market. Many of the best jobs require extroverted traits, such as confidently speaking in front of a crowd or being comfortable with public speaking. How to deal with your partner's introverted or extroverted tendencies and avoid conflict. Introverts and extroverts can be an excellent match for each other, but they do have their differences. When you date an extrovert, it is essential to know how to deal with their tendencies and avoid conflict. Introverts are typically more reserved and less talkative than extroverts. This can lead to misunderstandings in relationships where one person is an introvert and the other person is an extrovert. It's important to understand that introverts need time alone while extroverts need time with others. For this relationship to work, it is essential that both partners respect the other's needs for space or socializing. Introverts should not feel pressured into going out when they don't want to because it can make them feel resentful or lonely. The importance of understanding personality types in businesses. It is essential to understand employees' and coworkers' personality types to maximize their contributions. This article has discussed the different personality types and how they can be used in a business setting. Extroverted sort. If you're an extroverted type, then you'll need a lot of social interaction to keep going. Your energy is fueled by being out there with people and doing things. Extroverts usually have more friends than introverted types do. Socializing is a piece of cake for them because their batteries typically don't run out quickly, and they can pretty much go as long as they have a power connection. Extroverts usually have the advantage because they usually talk easily and use body language, so going up to people is not an issue. Eager extroverts might be friendly to use as well. They act and then think afterward. They like to implement their particular intuition feeling or instinct feeling their specific way through a given situation, even if they haven't practiced it before. How to make new friends as an extrovert. What most people don't know about extroverts is that although they are often the party's life and approach new people and conversations with ease, they can end up feeling less connected and unsatisfied because their connections reach wide but not deep. Your superpower is your energy and ability to flip from friend to friend like the social butterfly you are. But don't stretch yourself too thin. Everybody feels concerned about giving out their phone number online, but it isn't easy to find social media influencers. It's like everyone knows your name, but no one actually knows you. Extroverts are probably the most social of all people. They find it easier to talk to new people and feel energized by crowds. They often thrive in busy environments. If you're an introvert, your gift is that people are naturally drawn to you because you are genuinely curious about others, and there is no need to dim your charming, magnetic self. Here are a few things you can do to make connections happen more often. If you find yourself talking to too many people at an event or have a habit of hanging out with new people every day of the week, it might be time to slow down. Think about the 3 or 4 people you genuinely want a closer friendship with, suggests Fellows. Saying yes to new friendships means saying no to others. Your social life might be quieter, but if you focus on deepening a few close relationships instead of doing it with someone new, there's a higher chance they will last. It's not easy to stay focused all the time, but use your gut instincts and make sure your priorities are in order. Understand your relationship with yourself. Extroverts are irresistible because they love making people laugh, smile, and feel comfortable. They don't mind opening up to others, even though they crave their own space. But Jackson, an extrovert herself, says that even though extroverts are good at interacting with others and sharing things about themselves, they should do this all the time or right away. Extroverts often feel left out if they share too much, but don't see reciprocity. Sometimes we unintentionally work too hard on our problems, Jackson says. I don't think I'm being selfish by doing this. Sometimes we use this to connect with other people and share something in common. So it's easy to say, oh my gosh, I'm from Detroit too. Let me tell you all about it. But if you don't ask 1 or 2 more follow-up questions after someone shares something before you bring it back to yourself, then what? Jackson said that the magic words are tell me more. I hope you find the seeds of new friendships hidden in your life. And don't forget that you've already started this process by planting them where you can. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel today to get other amazing videos from us.